So I've never really had much to say about this She-Ra show that's been on for a little while now. I think I might have made one video laughing at it. I don't even know if I did that. I can't remember. But that would have been the extent of it because the show just isn't for me. I don't care about the show. I just never was interested in it. So I never really talked about it. But today I woke up, get to the Twitter, see what's going on, and I noticed She-Ra's trending, as well as the first name of the creator of the show, Noelle Stevenson. I was like, well, what's going on? And I saw that there's a lot of people very upset with the team that's behind the show. They went on a live stream over on Twitch, and there's a little bit of a misunderstanding going on, it would appear, between the people that made the show and the audience. I really don't think they did anything that bad, but they cater to a very, very woke crowd. And there are no slip-ups allowed, and they are quite upset. So let me give you a little bit of context before we get into the salt, because I got to tell you what happened. So a bunch of people from the show did a live stream over on Twitch, and this character, Bo here, apparently there's a lot of inside jokes with the team, and they were laughing about these jokes, and one of the jokes was this character, Bo. His family, I guess, one of them works in a field, and they had a joke where they could just have all of Bo's characters come work in a field or something, and apparently this is an inside joke of the cast, which Noelle Stevenson tried to clarify. So let me give you the background. I watched most of the stream clips that are going around. So that Bo character, apparently he has like 17 brothers, and they made a joke about, you know, which one of them likes to work on a farm. Well, it's his brother So. He sows the fields or something. So this is a picture of all Bo's like family or whatever, and there you see that's the character that works on the farm right there. But they made it sound, well, I actually don't think anything. They weren't trying to be malicious. Apparently it is a joke among the cast, but of course you're dealing with woke Twitter, and they're very upset. And it wasn't just this one. There was a whole bunch of stuff. They were apparently joking about ableism and all kinds of stuff. At one point, another thing that happened in the show they did was the host of the show recommended a podcast that two of the women behind the show are on. And in the name of it, I'm guessing the two women are, you know, into women, if you know what I'm saying. So they take the D word, which is a derogatory word for that kind of relationship. I'm thinking you can put together what word it is in your head, because I don't want to say it in the video because this is YouTube. That word is actually in the podcast. So he said, well, you can find them at this name. Apparently, this is the host using the D slur, as they're saying on Twitter, and they're raging about it. When really he didn't do anything wrong, he was just sharing the name of the podcast. But that's enough to cancel this guy. I really don't think they did anything wrong, but let's take a look at some of the salt here of what people are saying. Hey, bestie, explain to me why you and your cracker compadres were making jokes about black people working the fields. You're going to need to bust out the Notes app, Noelle. This ain't gonna cut it. You're telling me SOW coincidentally has a dirty farmer? Look at him as a joke? I actually loved your shows, but considering that your crew finds ism and slathery slurs funny, like as a WOC, I'm extremely infuriated and disappointed. POC especially. What the F are you, Ginger Hazing? This is a big effing deal. Your crew's racist. Excuse me, Ginger Hazing. Please address the casual racism expressed by your crew and yourself in the stream. Jokes about chivalry and the comment on emotional terrorism is unacceptable and disgusting, especially since you claim to be for Black lives and uplifting POC voices. And it goes on and on and on and on. As you can see, it is a mess. And it's kind of crazy to see them go after her so hard. These people were championing the show really hard for 4 seasons, I guess. I didn't even know it was on that long. Like I said, I just was never interested in talking about the show. But this show, from what I understand, had a ton of representation and is, for the most part, exactly what a lot of these people champion for in a show. And look how fast they're willing to just destroy these people's lives and throw them under the bus and eat them. I mean, that's the term, right? That's the joke, that NPCs always eat their own. The left always eats their own. And that's kind of what's going on here. And, you know, she's putting out a pretty genuine apology, which I really don't think that they owe anybody, because they really didn't do anything that wrong. There was a lot of inside joking going on, from what I understand. And that's exactly what this was. They just, probably should have known better than to share this kind of joke. Because, obviously, you're not aware of the people that you pander to. Were you not aware of who these people are? They're going to destroy you. And that's what this person is. So much for She-Ra Season 5, guys. Am I right? Dig those replies to it. They won't even forgive her. And she said, "Hi, I just want to say that I am so sorry for what I said. I effed up. This was the image I was referring to, an inside joke with the crew that I didn't think twice about. It was exceedingly careless, and I'm sorry for the hurt I caused." And I showed this earlier. This is he sows the fields or whatever. It's kind of a pun. It's a joke. They didn't mean anything about it. I don't think any of them are hateful people. They just messed up. But it does not matter. Twitter does not care. You see it right here. I'm not undermining the amount of work and effort that Noelle and the She-Ra crew put into giving WLW the explicit representation it needs in animation. But it's disappointing that the recent She-Ra stream showed her and several crew members being bigoted like nothing. I'm sorry, but if it's that casual to where they all joked on stream about schlaffery like that without even thinking about it, and even had a cis-het man use the D-slur unprompted and unchecked, clearly something is afoot in private. But like I said before, all he was doing was sharing where you could find their podcast. That's what you do when you host people on a stream. I do streams. I have people on and talk to them. You tell them where you tell the people in your chat and that are watching the stream where you can find your guest stuff. That's where they had it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with him telling them where it is. It's really messed up. It's really messed up. Particularly since the two women who run the podcast are trying to own the derogatory term that's used on them. Like, that's the reason that they have the name in the podcast, obviously. So, I hate to see anybody get canceled. It's really stupid. They really didn't do anything wrong. They were making some jokes. There was nothing malicious, but it doesn't matter. When you mess around with this crowd and you try to cater to them, you better not mess up. Because if you stumble, and that's about every human does. That's where the phrase "we're only human" comes from. They will come at you. The claws will come out, and they will tear into you, and they will rip, and they will dig, and they will destroy you until there's nothing left. These people live to destroy. They live to cancel because they're all miserable. And you know what they say, misery loves company. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the show. What is Netflix going to do? Will Netflix make a statement? Because these people are coming at this cast real hard. It's pretty vicious. It's like one of their own backstabbed them. So they're out for blood in a lot of ways. We'll see what happens. I'll be watching this because I want to know if Netflix does anything. Will they ignore this? If they ignore it, which is what they, to be honest, should do, you should just ignore these things when they happen. When the woke crowd comes after you, just ignore them. They move on to destroy something else if they don't get the attention. So we'll see what happens. My guess, though, because all companies want to appease these people for some reason, Netflix will probably say something. I wonder if they'll cancel the show. I wonder if they'll cancel it over this. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Give me your thoughts on this. Also, if you would, throw a like up. Share the video. Make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.
Okay, they're talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters.